had to take another step. We had to manipulate the biofield, the all-controlling biofield. And I really think that's where the greatest prospect for attaining and keeping the very best health lies. And learning to manipulate this biofield is the medicine of the future. And the medicine of the future is going to have to face, for the next 50 years or more, the chronically ill. The acutely ill are becoming a minority. So an all-new medicine is going to be needed, and it's going to mandate that we be able to manipulate this biofield. And much more needs to be learned about that. Test the biofield to determine precisely what the body wants where and how much, so that you can restore the basic nutrition. But that won't be enough. You'll also have to take it another step, and that is to be able to restore coherence to the biofield, the all-controlling plasma energy field that really defines your life. That's where you got to go. And if you go there, then you can access what you're really looking for: limitless healing.
That is what the ancients were speaking of, as these channels of living light, living energy, which flow along very specific and clearly defined canals, you might say. We have the nervous system, we have the blood vessels, we have the lymph system, we have the musculature, the bony system, all of these things, and yet the meridian system seems to be none of them, seems to be potentially influenced by all of them, and also holds the potential to influence all of them as well. That's incredible. The meridian system shares this energy down to the level of the cell and perhaps down to the level of the DNA throughout the entire system. Why are we talking about this? Because in an ideal world, with an ideal mind, an ideal spirit, an enlightened spirit inhabiting the body, this energy would flow freely to every region, every corner of the universe, which is this body. But we don't live in an ideal world. We don't live stress-free. We don't have an ideal diet. It's unlikely that we have perfect and ideal genetics or live in a perfect environment, free from pollutants, free from electromagnetic fields, which can affect us as well. So, this energetic system begins becoming disturbed. EMI, or electromeridian imaging, measures the 24 acupuncture meridians, which either begin or end on the hands and feet. A computer then analyzes the results and creates a chart of the patient's meridian strengths and weaknesses based on the electrical conductivity of the skin. This information serves as a guide in choosing which points to treat with acupuncture through understanding the interrelationship of all the meridians. It even demonstrates splits between the meridians on the left and right sides, something that classical pulse diagnosis is unable to do. EMI takes only minutes, and yet reveals a wealth of information on the energetic status of the body, which traditional medical tests fail to address. The spine encloses and protects the central nervous system, which directly coordinates the various body functions and allows each organ to work in harmony. Misalignment of the spine, and even of the bones of the head and extremities, can contribute to a malfunction of the nervous system, often causing difficult to recognize symptoms and pain. Adjustment or manipulation of these misaligned regions can reduce the interference in the nervous system, helping the body restore its natural healthy state. I felt that if I don't study acupuncture, how can I say I really know healing when for thousands of years this has been developed? And it wasn't just a bunch of primitive people who imagined things and came up with their ideas. Now, what I did not understand was the mechanism of how it might work. Because the concept of putting a solid needle into the body where nothing is injected in and nothing is drawn out, as in a syringe, which might inject in or might draw out. That's not happening with acupuncture. These are solid needles placed, however, in very specific areas. Through acupuncture, the patient may experience the physical and emotional benefits of having the meridian system brought into balance. Although extremely thin needles are the usual method of treatment, cold laser and electrical stimulation may also be used. These forms of treatment frequently offer results that only the traditional needle method could have accomplished in the past. With therapeutic lasers, there is now a safe, painless, and effective way to receive acupuncture without the actual puncturing of the skin. Many patients comment that acupuncture leaves them feeling relaxed and with a decrease in pain, even as they walk out of the office following their treatment.
I think when Ron first started practicing in Boulder, I had an infection in my thumb nail from having gotten a sliver under the nail that I just couldn't make go away. And I had read about acupuncture in a lot of places, and I decided, Ron does that stuff, I'll go see him. And I did, and a week later the infection was completely gone. I was just blown away. I loved it. What did he do for my finger? All I remember is that he stuck a lot of needles in my hand and arm. Fortunately, he remembered to get them all out, so I was okay.
Bringing a very young infant, a newborn, into this office and getting treatment is a safe and effective method, which makes me feel very comfortable as a mom. Having heard my other friends relay stories about very young babies having terrible reactions to antibiotics, and knowing that there are alternative approaches to dealing with infant respiratory and digestive illness. She responds well to laser acupuncture. She doesn't mind taking Chinese herbs or Western herbs. The homeopathic medicines are a wonderful, effective, easy to administer approach to dealing with children and their symptoms.